Hi designers! For our first remote lesson, we're going to be doing some Zentangle drawings, and I'm going to show you how to do that under my document camera. You're going to make 2 drawings this week, one that's just black and white, and then on the second one I'd like you to add color. So you could do one on the first day of remote learning and the other on the second day. You're going to include your images on the slides that I give you the assignment in, and then also fill out the reflection afterwards. For our first remote lesson, I just want to loosen you guys up and get you having some fun drawing using lines, shapes, and patterns. So you're going to be drawing some Zentangle pictures. You can start with 4 dots at the corner of your paper and then connect those dots with lines. They don't have to be perfectly straight. In fact, I would prefer if they're a little more unique. Just connect them so that you have a little bit of a border. And then you're going to divide your paper up by creating what the Zentangle people call strings. This is an art form that's become pretty popular. Hopefully you read the article. So just connect the lines from one end all the way to the other end of the paper. You can start wherever you want and end wherever you want. The idea is you are breaking your page into some new shapes that you will fill with different patterns. Just make sure those lines start at one end and go to another end. Once you have your paper set up, you can actually go on your phone or your computer to Google, and you can look up different Zentangle patterns if you want. If you're having trouble coming up with your own, there are tons of them. So you could look that up, or you can also just use your own imagination. It's sort of like doodling. You're just going to fill each one of these shapes that you've created with a new pattern or design. Since this is a design class, we're going to practice making lots of different 2-dimensional designs and think about how they might bring your eye to one area. You can also just relax while you're drawing today. What I like about doing this is you can start with one design and then you can always make it a little more interesting. So now that I've created this kind of radiating star, I'm going to add some lines in between here to make it a little bit more interesting. I'll even add some little circles in here. There's really no right or wrong. As long as you're just drawing and doodling, you'll find that your brain will start coming up with ideas. Once you've filled one shape, you're just going to move on to the next one and think about a different type of pattern that you can come up with. This one I'm just going to do triangles, one that's going down, one that's going up, and I'll just do rows and rows of that. And you'll find that sometimes you get into a groove and it comes out easily, and then some other times you might mess up. Whoops. Just go with the flow. That's the whole point. Now I'm going to add some lines. Again, think about once you have it kind of filled, how can you make it a little more interesting? How can you give it a little bit more pizzazz? Think about how each shape looks next to the other. I'm just going to go look up some other ideas. I want to get some more value shifts in this one, so I'm going to color these all in sort of with a leaf design, and then maybe I'll use a darker marker to color in this background. It's nice to have a little bit of areas that are just completely black. So have a lot of fun, and I'm not going to make you watch me create this whole thing, but I'm excited to see yours. You should spend at least 45 minutes on the first one, and then you're going to make a second Zentangle where you can add a color or 2, or many. I'm looking forward to seeing your work.